Good afternoon, everyone. I'm very happy to be here with you and to start reading few verses regarding the flood. Yesterday we received a question from Abigail, and I would like to open a window for the topic. But to do so, let's pop into the text and see how the text is leading us. This is Genesis 6, verses 11 to 13. Hebrew, ותשחת הארץ לפני האלוהים, and the land of the earth was corrupted, or the will, in front of God. ותמלא הארץ חמס, and the earth was filled with violence. Verse 12, וירא אלוהים את הארץ, והנה נשחתה, and God saw the land of the will, and here it is corrupted. כי השחית כל בשר את דרכו על הארץ, because all flesh corrupted its way on the earth. I would like to focus on the Hebrew term of all flesh, or kol basar. Here it is, kol basar. What is all flesh? What is the meaning of all flesh? And please pay attention that in Hebrew there is a dash between kol. Kol, it means all. One second, this is a new concept. This is a new whiteboard. So here, kol, it means all. Yes, and basar is flesh. So what is all flesh, and why there is a dash here between kol basar, all flesh? What does this dash mean? When there's a dash, usually we are reading those words together. But let's open every word and explain the concept, what is all flesh. First of all, basar. Basar Basar is flesh. But how do we write the word basar? Bet and shin resh. When bet is 2 and shin and resh, shin is 300, resh is 200. So shin and resh together are 500. 2 times with a bet, and we have 1000. So what is basar? What is flesh? This is expansion of the one. The one is Aleph. Aleph is the first letter. The source. This is an expression of the source in nominal. Yes, and what does the flesh mean in this manner? When the one expands and become 1000. Because we can read, yes, when we write what is the expansion of the 1 into 1000. Aleph, in this way. This is the name of the letter, the first letter of the Hebrew alphabet. This is how we write a letter as a single letter, but with its filling, how we pronounce it, Aleph. Yes, it is being written like this, Aleph, Lamed, Fesofit. So we can read those three letters in two different ways. One is Aleph as first letter, but we can also write it. Let's move the board. 1 second. Where are you? This is a much stable board than before. We can also read it as Aleph with a different punctuation. We are at here. Second. Yes, I'm here. Second. Second. The same letters with a different punctuation, it can be read as Aleph. Aleph means 1,000. So again, the letter Aleph, as it is, just this mark, can be revised as either 1 or 1,000. So 1 is the source, origin, but 1,000, and this is the great breakthrough. How do we express 1,000? By the word basar, flesh. How the source, which is hidden, becomes a manifestation of flesh. So now we have just seen how the one, the source, can become many. From 1 to 1,000, when the 1 is the origin or the source, and the 1,000 is the appearance in flesh. But let's see how this concept is being reflected in the generations, in the 10th first generation. Let's move here, and write a new letter. This is the letter Aleph. But let's make it as simple, not with curves. Let's make it simple. The letter Aleph is written with one diagonal, which is Vav, and two hands, which each hand is the letter Yod. Vav, Yod, Yod. But every letter also has a numerical value. The value of Vav is 6. The value of Yod is 10. So the value of every Aleph in this way is 26, because Yod and Yod, 10 and 10 are 20, plus 6 is 26. 26 is also the value of the Tetragrammaton. Yod is 10, Hey is 5, Vav is 6, Hey is 5. So we have 10 and 10, yes, and 6, and this is 26. So now let's look into the Aleph from a close look and see how the generations are being poured or reflected in the letter Aleph. Here, there's a Vav. Maybe we should take it bigger because I need to pour more content into it, so it should reflect something bigger. Here, let's make it like this, big, and for a reason I take only the first part. Of course here will be another part, but at the moment we just offer it because it's not there yet. As we said before, this upper right hand of the Aleph is the letter Yod, and the value of Yod is 10. In this arm there are 10 generations. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, maybe there are 10 here. We begin with Adam Harishon. Adam Harishon, according to the Midrash, or even to what we have read. 1 second, it's cold here. I'll bring the heater on. According to the Midrash, Adam Harishon supposed to live how many years? 1,000 years. So here we have 10 generations from Adam to Noah. Those are 10 generations. Or what we have here in the upper right hand of the Aleph. 10 generations from Adam to Noah. Those 10 generations, what characterized them? They live very long life. The father of Noah is Lamech. Yes, but before Lamech we have Metushelach. Metushelach, it means to send death. He lived 969 years. Yes. He had a longer life, almost 1,000. So all those generations, without naming them, Adam, Shet, Enosh, and so, until Noah, they live hundreds of years. Metushelach almost 1,000, Adam 1,000, without the tree of knowledge. Yes, and 930 plus. Live very longer, how do you say, duration of life. If we look at this theme of thinking, we can see that though there is an appearance of 10 generations or 10 names, it's basically the same thing. Each generation live hundreds of years. This is one theme. Now, maybe you can have initiation and see what is the following logical act in this thought. Now, the Bible says, according to Genesis 6, Ketz kol basar, the end of every flesh. Where is it? The text. קץ כל בשר. ויאמר אלוהים לנוח, and God said to Noah, קץ כל בשר בא לפניי. End of every flesh came in front of me. This is it. I have decided Ketz. Ketz is the end of every or all flesh. All flesh. Kol basar. Now, we mentioned that basar is basically 1,000. Basar is 1,000. Flesh. Basar is 1,000. So what is Ketz? Ketz. Kol. End. Kol basar. All flesh. What is it? What is Ketz Kol basar? Basar is 1,000. So there is, in a way, terminus. On what? On the 1,000. From now on, people will not live in the realm, or yes, in a realm of thousands, like hundreds, which are sum up for 1,000. They will not live in the realm of thousands years. From now on, there's a new order in the world. Until Noah, from Adam to Noah, there was an order to the world. Generation after generation, when the general theme was of 1,000 or around 1,000. Elif. But Elif is another way, 1,000 is another way to say flesh. So what is Ketz Kol basar? What is the end of all flesh? This is the end of what living according to the system of 1,000. Now we are moving to another theme. The theme will be hundreds. Why? Let's go again into the name of the Tetragrammaton to explain the logic of the counting. There are 4 letters of the Tetragrammaton. The Yod is wisdom. And we count wisdom in 1,000. First Hey is understanding. And those, the realm of understanding, is being counted under hundreds. The Vav, it is a beauty, Tiferet, and we are counting here in tens. And the last hey is kingdom. And here we're counting is digit, like singularity, how do you say, one, single numbers, yes, from 1 to 9. Here we start at 10. So what is the meaning of the decision of Ketz Kol Basar, the end of every flesh, and from now on his life will be 120 years. This is what is being told to Noah, because Ketz Kol Basar, this is the end. This is the end of 1000. Let's make it in red. Ketz Kol Basar. This is what the flood is coming. Yes, I'm trying to find here the colors. Everything is new to me, so I don't find different coloration at the moment. So we should do like this. Ketz Kol Basar. This plan is not working anymore. Yes, or we are moving from 1000 to 120. Or we are moving from wisdom. This will be cancelled. Yes? Ketz Kol Basar. Ketz Kol Basar. And all flesh. This is it. Those generations who live according to this light, this plan is gone. Now there is a new plan. 120. Yes, they will live here. 100 of Binah. Therefore, the flood is being considered here. And 20. Let's return to the text and see what is happening there. Vayomer Elohim leNoach, and God said to Noah, Ketz Kol Basar, and all flesh comes in front of me, Ki mal'a haaretz chamas mipnehem. Yes, for the earth is filled with violence through them. Vehineni mashchitam et haaretz, and behold, I will destroy them, the land and the will, and people, everything will be erased. So the plan of the 10 generations that lived according to the theme of 1000 years, yes, is being erased. And there's a new plan coming. Please pay attention to the movement here in our sketch between the Yod, yes, and the Vav. Noah is the last, is the 10th, yes, generation from Adam. And Noah is 600 at the time of the flood. Yes, please pay attention. He is 600. So he is the Vav. He is 600. Why? The Vav, the value of the Vav is 6. Vav is the 6th letter in the Hebrew alphabet. Here diagonal Vav, and Noah is 600. So now there is a building of a new world that starts with understanding, with hundreds, 600 to the life of Noah. The first template of the world that used to work in wisdom, when people used to be wise, so to speak, is not working. It arrived till the bare end. And there's a need to reset the system and to start fresh. And the new start starts with 600 in the realm of understanding. And this is בשנת 600 לחיי נוח, in the 600th year to the life of Noah. This is the 600. What is 600? Yes, this is 6, the Vav, in the realm of hundreds, in the realm of Bina, understanding. Now, let's look into another Hebrew word and see what does it mean. In a second, I have to find the cursor. When the Bible says here, Ketz kol basar, the end of all flesh, the word for all in Hebrew is kol. Kol. Let's move here. Yes? Kol. Are we? Yeah. Kol. It means all. But when we dive into the systematic thinking of the tree of life, which sphere is being called all or kol? Let's make us a little sketch of the 10 spheres and see. So we have here, yes, yes. So, oopsie. Here we have Chesed, grace, Gevurah, and so Tiferet, Netzach, Hod, Yesod, Malchut. So which sphere is being called all, or in Hebrew, kol? Yesod, foundation. Yesod is being called all or kol. Now let's return, put a mathematic on it. So, Ketz kol basar, the end of all flesh, we can replace the word kol or all with which sphere? Yesod, foundation. Ketz Yesod basar, the end of the foundation of flesh. Yeah. Now let's get back to the scheme of the tree and see what is happening in the it moved too. I moved. Yes, I have to move here. Just what is the meaning of the Yesod? What happens in the Yesod which is so important, and why is the Ketz kol basar, Ketz Yesod basar? Yesod is the sphere which streams everything, the all abundance, to the heavenly kingdom. And when this is being removed, Ketz Yesod, this is the end of foundation. What is the foundation of Yesod? What is the foundation of Yesod? This is it. The foundation of Yesod is the Yod. Where are we? Do I have a pen? Where are you? I have a pen. foundation of Yesod is the Yod, the letter Yod. Ketz kol basar, Ketz kol basar, the end of all flesh, is basically Ketz, the end of Yesod, basar, foundation of flesh. And what is the foundation of flesh? This is the Yod, Ketz of the Yod. Now let's go back to the scheme of the generation. Ketz of the Yod, the end of the Yod. So what is the end of the Yod? Let's go and see how everything works and becomes one. From every angle you reach the same conclusion. So what is the end of the Yod? Ketz, Yesod, basar. What is the end of the Yod? The end of the Yod is Noah. Yes, because our Yod generations here. There are 10 generations here. And the last generation, yes, Ketz, this is the end of the Yod. What terminal or what terms the end of the Yod is Noah. And this is the end. With the Noah comes the end of the letter Yod. Ketz, Yesod, basar. We replace the all, because all and kol are related to Sfirat Yesod, and we replace, like in mathematics, we replace the all and kol in Yesod, the foundation. And what is the end, yes, of the foundation of the flesh? This is, yes, Noah is the last generation of the Yod. This is the Ketz Yesod, the end of the Yod. He terms the 10 generations from Adam, and this is the Yesod. This is it. And here I would like to go to another realm, to another secret. Sometimes the Zohar and the corrections of Zohar are expressing themselves in text, using more text and hyperlink text to say something, but everything is based on what? On mathematics. It's just very, very well hidden in the Hebrew and Aramaic and lores and legend, but the core text is mathematics. So let's see what is happening here. What is all flesh in mathematics? So let's write it, kol basar. Kol basar. All flesh. Kol is 50. Basar is 502. Let's open it. Shin and Resh are 500. Bet is 2. And Kol, this is 20 plus 30. And this is 50. So this is 502 plus 50. This is, yes, 552. Now see how does it work, and how the builders, the writers of the Zohar are working without saying how they work. And this is the great revelation. We shall tell you how they work. They work through the mathematics. They don't write the mathematics. They calculate it in hidden, but they dress the mathematics in more and more verses. Therefore, it exponentially grows, yes? So what is happening here? Kol basar, all flesh, comes to 552. 552. Look what they do. Tudup, 5. We can put here, we can play with any, how do you say, pe'ula, action in mathematics. I don't know how to say this in English. All those to divide and to plus and to, so you can play. So what do they do? 5 times 52. And here we are in the center of town. Look, 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 look. What comes out? 260. So 260 is what? 10 times the tetragrammaton. Or 10 times the letter Aleph. It is quite creative. This is 5, yes, and continue. But here is the case. Another word in Hebrew gives us the value of 260, and this is really related to Noah. So on one hand, kol basar, it is 260, 10 times the tetragrammaton. This is the end of 10 generations of being. Yeah, or the 10 alephs, 10 Aleph, 10 times Aleph. Each generation almost live 1,000 years. So there's a 10th generation of Aleph. It's ending. Ketz kol basar. On the other hand, 260 is the value of what? The word kerem. This is vineyard, kerem, 260. Yes, kerem, vineyard is 260. Therefore, we read after Noah goes out from the ark, after the flood, Vayichal Noach ish adama. Yeah, started Noah, the man, the husband of the land, or the husband, yes, ish adama, Vayichal Noach ish ha'adama. He is the man and Adama is his wife. This is the marriage that we were discussing. Vayichal Noach ish adama vayita, and he planted vayita, what? Kerem. What is kerem? Is it only vineyard in English? Of course not. This is what? This is the 10 times the tetragrammaton, 10 time beings. This is a new lineage or a new era or a new system of living humans in another realm. So, and this is just in a way the back end to show us how Tikkunei Zohar, where do they arrive? People sit and ponder, and they call them holy men, okay? And yes, but it boils down to mathematics. Here it is, let's move here. Let's read Tikkunei Zohar. Let's see how they dress everything. Everything is hidden. So what happens usually in the rabbinical, whatever they call it, they dress things, but it's mathematics, and everyone and everybody can see that. We're reading from Sefer Zohar, the book of Zohar, Tikkunei Zohar, Zohar corrections, im Targum, with translation. מתיקון כ"ג, from correction or amendment 23 until the end. תיקון 69, this is amendment or correction 69. letter קנ"א, mark 151. ויהי מקץ ימים, here he brings a verse from Genesis in which describes the moment of the offering of Cain and Abel. And let's see the parallel reading. ויהי מקץ ימים וגומר. And it was in the end of the day. Please pay attention how the Zohar sits on linguistics. The Zohar says מקץ ימים, he reads מקץ ימים, the end of days, because we have already met קץ, but קץ כל בשר, the end of every flesh. Now we meet קץ as the end of the days. ויהי מקץ ימים. This is the link here, קץ. קץ, end. And it was in the end of days. וגומר, and to complete the verse in its original text. פתח רבי שמעון ואמר, רבי שמעון opened and said, מהו מקץ ימים? What is the meaning of מקץ ימים? The ends of days. אלא, but, מאותו מקום שעתיד לומר בו, but from the place that he would say in it, קץ כל בשר. So how does Rabbi Shimon explain the term, the end of days? What is this term as regarding to the moment of the offering of Cain and Abel? He says this place which is called the end of days, it's the same place that the Holy Blessed He should say in it, meaning in Genesis 6, 2 chapters afterwards, קץ כל בשר. This is the same end. Here in Cain and Abel, the Holy Blessed He says, or the Bible says, מקץ ימים, at the end of days. But in Genesis 6, the Holy Blessed He should say in it, this is the place, קץ כל בשר, the end of all flesh, come in front of me. So he's just now marking all the, the places in which the Bible use the word end. So first time we meet it in Cain and Abel, קץ ימים, the end of days. And then we meet it in Genesis 6 as regarding to Noah, קץ כל בשר, the end of every flesh. And then we find it later in the book of Genesis, קץ שם לחושך. Yes, this is another verse, קץ שם לחושך. He puts end to darkness. ותרגם יונתן בן עוזיאל. Yonatan ben Uziel was a translator of the 5 book of Moses, yes? Maybe later, more than this, he translated the Hebrew text into Aramaic. His name is Yonatan ben Uziel. And translated Yonatan ben Uziel, קץ כל בשר, what is the meaning of all flesh? השחתת כל בשר, the corruption of all flesh. מלאכי חבלה, corrupted angels, that their mission is to corrupt everything. Please pay attention to the linguistics here. ראה, he saw, שעתידים לצאת ממנו מחבלי כרמים. He saw that in the future should come from him the sabotager of the vineyard. And here we see here again the word kerem. Why keramim, vineyards in multiplicity? Because the singular is kerem. this is כרם, this is 260. שהם ישראל, שנאמר בהם כי כרם השם צבאות בית ישראל. So he brings, in a way, the Zohar has this beautiful thing. How does the Zohar hide his source of thinking? He adds more and more verses. He like chains them down. First, he asks, what is Ketz? Ketz Yamim. And then he moves to Ketz Basar, and then Ketz Hamlachot. But he just pearls more and more ideas, more and more verses, without telling us what does he do in the background, and how does he arrive from Ketz Yamim or Ketz Kol Basar to the vineyard. He doesn't tell us. But guess what? We shall tell ourselves what is happening behind all of this parody called Zohar. This is the truth. This is the truth. So, for generations, people are looking, and here I move to, in a way, to say something general. For generations, people are looking at this, and there's all kinds of stories around the Zohar, around the Bible, around everything. But this is the simple truth. This is how it works. And when Abigail asked yesterday, and I felt Abigail, since Abigail sits where she sits, and here we are, in a way there's internet between us, or nothing between us because there's only one. I felt from her that what's going on here, I felt as if she was trying to say something with a question. And immediately yesterday after Discord, I opened another fast recording just to try to wrap or to contain her question. But there was so much more than this. And what came is this mathematic, because the more you think of it, you see there is a beautiful mathematic pattern in all of this. And the people who are writing or written the Zohar, this is what is occupying them. But they're not telling us like we open here. Yes? They are being generating, yes, more and more hyperlinks, using more verses of the Bible to what? To cover. In a way, the Zohar, this is it's interesting. The Zohar is not a book that reveal ideas, but on the contrary, the Zohar is a book that hides more ideas. Once, and this is interesting, this is how, not that we don't do anything, but I notice what is happening. Because once I noticed the term Kol Basar, and it was like ringing in my ear for quite a while. And I asked myself, okay, Basar we can read as 1,000 as we explained, but what is Kol Basar? This is 552. What is it? Okay, this is 2 times. This is 5 times 52. This is 260. This is, okay. So this is not for nothing. We have a dash here in Kol Basar, because we should read it as 10 times the Tetragrammaton. Okay, so 10 times Tetragrammaton is Kerem, vineyard. And here we move to verses, let's say from Song of Songs, yes, אחזו לנו שועלים, מחבלי כרמים, holes as foxes that are destroying the vineyard. Yes, and our vineyard is semadar, like buds. Or later in Isaiah we find it that Israel is the vineyard of the Lord. This is uncorrupted. So suddenly comes the image of vineyard as related to kol basar, to all flesh. Where does it come from? Not to mention that kol basar, all flesh, flesh is red. And also the wine, the fruit of wine is red. So again, and this is the interesting part, once we understand that the Zohar is not revealing, but the Zohar is hiding ideas and mathematic themes, and we are in a way are trying to understand where does it come from, it becomes a beautiful game. So it's all about gaming. Yes, this is all about gaming. And this is the fun part of it. And this is why I really love to sit here with you and expose every day or introduce us more and more ways of thinking about things. Because this is a game. And I'm just very happy, and I'm thankful for the ability to be here with you and to play. So this was our little broadcast today. And thank you, Abigail, for your beautiful question. And if you have any questions, you're most invited to write to us. And also, here's an offering for you. If you have any idea, let's say, creative idea, how to present the 26 generations from Adam to Moses, from Adam in the Garden of Eden until the Exodus. If you have any creative idea using geometrical forms, painting, sci-fi movies, just send to us. Yes? So, wishing you a very beautiful day and wonderful week. Toda rabba and shalom.